What's going on, guys? What is going on? This is really spare the moment thing. Um, I was definitely planning on doing this. I just caught the very end of my boy D Marble's live stream, and I figure I put my 2 cents as well because I did just catch this. I saw part of it yesterday, and then the other half I watched it today, and I guess honestly I didn't expect anything more than what they exactly did, which was just put a hip piece on us. But what it should teach people is to possibly think about what they're saying when there's cameras around. Because if it's chopped up the way it was, the way I saw it to be, it really portrays like some other sort of agenda that's going on here. And that's not the case. Obviously, if you're in this community and you know these things, you really have to take pride in knowing what you know. You've done the research, you've taken the time to study, but it is what it is. It's people are going to be people, right? They're going to do the stupid things. They're going to say the stupid things. But yeah, like I said, I just heard a little bit of and what he had to say about it. A lot of things he said, from what I caught towards the end, I definitely agree with. There's nothing to be worried about. Obviously, there's people in the community that, perception is one thing. Perception is going to cause some, for the people who aren't so familiar with what's going on and who they are, it makes them look bad. It makes them look real bad. It makes Mark Sargent look like he lives with his mom, right? The funny thing is when you watch this documentary, music plays a huge role in this film because it's trying to capture your emotion, how you feel, what the scene's gonna be next, and stuff like that. Like it was good editing as far as what they wanted you to feel. They cut it up perfectly, But we know that was a hit piece. That their goal was to make FE look ridiculous, which it's nonsense. I think my bit rate might be a little bit too high. Let me check something out real quick. Change this up. Put at 22. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff. I'll say maybe the first 20 minutes was kind of pretty good as far as the way they laid things out. They built the story around, obviously, Mark Sargent, but it does make it seem like he's this messiah character in the movie, where it's almost like they make it seem like he hasn't grown up, like he started this whole thing. And obviously we know that that's not true. He was a catalyst to this whole aspect of the movie, but it opens up a lot of questions for people who don't really know. What up, D? What's going on? They can try as hard as they want, but they will never stop the spread of information, brother. No, I agree 100%. My thing, and it's not a concern, my problem with it is the people who are very weak-minded, because we have a lot of those people in the community, a lot of people who just follow others. Not that to say they're not doing research, but there's a lot of cliques in this community, right? And with that comes a lot of people who really don't go further with the research themselves, right? I know you agree with that they don't take upon themselves to further investigate it. And it's much like you said, D, where you do these things for yourself and you realize that no matter what they say, they can't take it away from you because you've done the research, you've done the work, right? I'll say this, one of the biggest problems I had with the film was the way they made, they cut it up in a sense that it made it look like everyone who's in this community is in it because we were all outcasts. People didn't really like us. We didn't like them, and so on and so forth. It's like, no, that's not the case. Like, I was well known in my school. You know, I'm not gonna say I was a popular kid, but I was well known. People knew who I was. I kept to myself and stuff. I had my small little friends, small little group of friends, but they made it seem like every individual at the conference, every individual speaker was all like, oh, poor me, society hates me, so therefore I need to find something that's gonna accept me. And that was the biggest thing that I took away that was so frustrating, because I know that's not the case. I know that's not the truth. And man, I don't know if my stream's okay, but it looks like it's pretty choppy. Yeah, the video output looks terrible. You're right. I never had a decision with someone claiming that water lies like a damn. Man, it's just, I don't know what's going on with the stream. This is not good, but I'll try to figure it out. As far as like that whole aspect of it, I just think that I know I don't fall under that where, you know, saying, yeah, I think we all wake up knowing that something's wrong, knowing that society is definitely in a wicked place, which is funny. It had all these experts, all these scientists in the movie, and not one of them gave one single proof. They just played this whole sympathy card like it's some sort of, oh, we feel sorry for them, their belief, because they're so ignorant to true science and everything. In fact, you can apply everything that they were saying that was derogatory towards us, and the way that, oh, we should reach out to them to help them to understand. They'll take one step back if we push them. It's like, no, that's exactly how it is for us to them. We're the ones trying to reach out to science, but science is the one reaching, like, having the stiff arm against us, trying to say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't even want to have this conversation. That's what's going on. That's the stuff that frustrates me. That's the stuff that I cannot take, because they portrayed it to be like they're the ones that are trying to reach out and, oh, please. But we know they hide from us. They're scared of us. You know, we know the truth. They don't even want to look into it. You had one character who was talking about, you know, oh, I love watching this stuff. Really? You love watching this stuff, and yet it still hasn't clicked to you the way real science work? Not this theoretical bullcrap that y'all like to call science, it's scientism, religion that y'all like to do. I mean, I hope people see it for what it is. I keep harping back onto it. The way they acted towards us, like if we need their help, we need their attention. That's just nonsense. It's complete garbage. And, you know, if anyone has common sense, like, they should see right through that. But it's crazy how they made, like, Patricia look like she was this sympathetic character. Like, they did everything Hollywood loves to do, which is you got your lead actor, which was Mark. You got your sympathetic actor, which was Patricia. And I'm not calling them actors. I'm just saying this is exactly there's a formula to when people produce movies. And then this, to be called a documentary, is complete farce, because there was no truth on the side of the filmmakers. They had a storyline that they wanted to create. And you could tell from the beginning that movie started, there was a storyline that they wanted to do. They wanted to build up this small little grassroots movement, and then see how far it's taking everyone, and to get to the point where we can now say, oh, this is becoming a little too dangerous. We got to start speaking out about it. The crazy thing, seeing I was in 2 clips in that movie, like just in the background. I was like, what the hell? I didn't realize that they were in the conference filming. You know what I mean? It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. I have to say. I don't know. The misrepresentation of what they did is just, it boggles me. It boggles me that people can do that and get away with it, right? That's exactly, and that whole, let's just say this, and I know I'm jumping around because I just have 100 things going in my mind right now, but I want to speak about this whole Bob situation where Bob's talking about this, you know, experiment that he's not so sure of, and that it's coming across in a way he has to hide it. Oh, the results, like, that was nonsense right there. And I ain't got none against that dude because I mean, I spoke to him maybe for like 5 minutes when we were at the conference. And again, I don't got nothing personal against him. But that whole hush hush thing just didn't make him look good. I hope him, I hope Jaron, I hope Mark Sargent, I hope anyone who was featured in this film takes a step back and first of all, don't promote it just because you're in it, because that was crap. Okay? Don't promote stuff that's against you. That makes no sense because they're not going to promote you. That doesn't make sense to me. But just understand that the way things are, the way this society works, they're not for us. Everything they do is to put you down. It's to put us down. So hopefully they take a step back and realize, like, yo, this stuff is serious. Like, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to be aware of what you say and who you're talking to. When I was at the conference, when I was with D, there were people trying to talk to us. We had one girl, this journalist, try to sneak her way into the conversation while we were just sitting down. And I guess she wasn't really trying to talk to me. She was definitely trying to talk to Daryl. But the whole aspect of the way oh yeah, I come in from a Hollow Earth standpoint. This is something that she tried to weasel her way in here and start from that aspect. And as soon as we asked her about what you believe, what do you think about this stuff, she started averting the conversation to want to talk about Sandy Hook and 9/11 and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And we went with it. We went with it because we knew if we could just get her to see what she's actually trying to do, you know, say maybe she'll wake up a little bit. You know, I think we broke it down enough to her where she didn't have material to rip on us. I don't know, D, if you've seen it, if there was ever an article that came out about our conversation, but it was a good half hour, 45-minute conversation that we were there. And honestly, you know, we held our own. We made sure that we didn't make the quote unquote community look bad, but I knew when I was there, I didn't want to really do interviews with people because I knew they were going to ask stupid questions. I had one interview, I was walking in the hallway. Oh, are you attending the conference? Yeah. And I think it was for like a Howard Stern thing. It was like a soundbite they were trying to get. And they just had like 10 questions. Let me just ask you these questions. Is that okay with you? And I just looked at them like, all right, let's go. And one of them was like, what do you think about Neil deGrasse Tyson? What do you think about Lauren Krauss? And I was like, I don't know them dudes. I ain't got no feelings for them. What you want me to say? I hate them? Like, so what? You could use that? Oh, they just hate everybody. Anybody in science, they just hate. Like, no, I wasn't going to say none of that. I understand who I was talking to. I was talking to people who don't have the best in mind and what we had to say. You know what I mean? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? So it was one of those things that, like, nah, it ain't happening. They try to trick you into coming up with these answers that make you look bad. And if you're not smart enough to see that, then you're going to get yourself in a situation where you look bad. Like in some of these parts of this movie, there's some situations where some people look bad. Okay? So, and honestly, that's no one's fault but the person. No matter how you swing it, if it was intentional or non-intentional, what happened was you allowed yourself to get caught in a situation to look bad. Because you should know that this world does not want you to look good. This world does not want you to look intelligent. This world does not want you to be open and seem intelligent. It doesn't want that. It wants you to look stupid and needy and like, I need a family because my family hates me. That's what they want. That's what they want to portray. And that's exactly what that movie portrayed, was that I need a family. It's nonsense. Like, we're all together because we're not smart to realize we live in this world that It's been all figured out. Technically, that's what they want to come up with. It's all been figured out somehow. But we're too stupid to understand that. We don't understand science. And it's like Eddie Bravo likes to say, I understand the science of this cell phone because I use it every day. I understand the science of this controller because I have it in my hands. I understand the science of my computer, my camera. In fact, I know more about the camera than most people do. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say it is what it is. You know? So back to that whole aspect that we need to be some charity case. It's just, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. And I hope people see that movie for what it is. I hope people can see, that they don't have the best interests in mind. I really didn't want to watch that documentary. I'll just say that. But I wanted to judge it for myself. I wanted to form my own opinion, and I want to make sure that I write my notes, what not to do around these people. I already have that, but it might be it might be some good advice that some people take that into consideration for the next time they're interviewed. Watch the way they steer the conversation. Watch the way they decide to get in a good filmmaker, a good reporter. What they're going to do is they're going to sit there and chit chat with you until you feel comfortable. Once they see your guards down, that's when they start hitting you with enough questions, because now they built a relationship and now you feel comfortable with them, because that's what they do. That is their whole job. And someone who's shooting a documentary, they understand if we just have a camera in your face and we're talking to you, you're going to stiffen up because that camera's in your face. So what do they have to do? They have to make you not see the camera. They got to make you forget that you got a mic on your back, so that an hour later, after you're having dinner conversation and you're walking around, you don't realize you're still mic'd up. They catch you saying stupid stuff. That is their job. One of the reasons why I respect Rob Skiba is because anytime he gets an interview done, and this goes for anyone who has any problems with him. I don't care what your problem is with him, but he does do some things that should correlate to other people doing the same things. And if you're being interviewed by a media outlet, protect yourself. Videotape the whole conversation. Have proof and evidence. Don't make the mistake that others have, where they just allowed themselves to be duped and not have any evidence of what was being said and what contents it was being said. I'm sure Bob didn't say anything that was out of context. Let's just say this. I think he was in a conversation and they chopped it up in a way that it made it seem like he was trying to hide something. That's how they made it seem. But obviously, it's like he forgot that he was mic'd up. So it's one of those things that this is what you have to do. You have to protect yourself. You have to mic yourself up. If you're going to be in an interview with somebody, mic yourself up. Put your phone and videotape it for yourself. Don't allow them to screw you over and you have no way to protect yourself. I know Jaron Lerner. He been talking about it ever since he said, like, I could never get the footage from them because they wouldn't give it to him. And he happened to learn his lesson, but unfortunately he learned his lesson in front of millions in this aspect. There's nothing he can do about that, but that is what it is. So we all got to get to a place where we're watching ourselves, like we're watching each other back, and we're watching. When I was there, I was making sure that I was recording stuff when D was being interviewed. I was making sure that I was, around so that they can't just try to dupe him into saying something. He's smart enough not to say nothing stupid, but you still have to be there to protect each other. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not mad about this whole thing because it is what it is. It was a documentary that was made about this whole aspect. And it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. Well, have you guys seen it? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, if y'all seen it or not. It's not a big deal. But I felt like I had to get that off my chest. I don't know why this thing is. Let's see if I could fix it. Stream looks terrible. Looks super laggy. I'm gonna try to fix it. If I can. If not, I'm just gonna end the stream. Because from my end, it looks terrible. It looks choppy as hell, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Usually, that's my main setup over here, but I figured I just wanted to stand up on this. I can't be standing up on this, so I did it over here. And I don't know why the internet's. I mean, I tested the internet speed and everything. I have it hardwired, so I don't know why this is looking so terrible. It's frustrating. All right. Damn, it's like YouTube messing with the bandwidth. Literally, I adjusted the bandwidth and it's still messing up. Video output is low. YouTube is not receiving enough video. How is that possible? Like, I'm using a full frame mirrorless camera and it's not receiving enough. Whatever, man. I'll fix it. Probably just had to do it straight through. Nah, that's not even, no. It should be just fine. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is what it is. Is there any questions? I appreciate everybody who's in here right now. My man D doing the damn thing. I got to catch the end of your talk, so I'm gonna go back and watch the full video. But it was like you said, they can't stop us. They can't. It's not something you stop. Truth is not something you stop. Truth is something you try to put down. You try to keep away from people. But truth is not something you can stop. Eventually, people are going to wake up. And that's exactly what's been happening, which is why they are having to fight back so hard, and because they're losing the grips. That's one of the things I love about what God has done for us. Is that this truth is so powerful that the powers that should not be, they have there's no weapon against it besides trying to shut you down. But if they try to shut it completely down, you know what's gonna happen? People who are looking from the outside looking in are gonna be like, well, why are they trying to? If this is so stupid, it'll just go away. Why is it that they're bringing so much attention to it? And then you're going to have more people wake up. So that's one of the things that is amazing about this movement, is that it's literally waking people up from all walks of life, all different kinds of areas. Like, you try to shut us down from this area, it's going to make somebody notice and be like, why are they trying to shut them down? You try to go out the back route and be like, well, let's try to shut them down from over here. Let's make YouTube not be suggestible and whatnot. What's going to happen? Somebody else is going to be like, why are they doing that? You want to write stupid articles? Then you're going to make somebody famous because you're going to bring more attention to them. And once people start looking into it, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people who laugh at it. There's going to be a lot of people who don't laugh at it. So you just keep on pushing and you just keep on building the numbers because you're stupid and you don't realize you're fighting. You ain't fighting me. You ain't fighting D Marble. You ain't fighting ODD. You ain't fighting journalism. You ain't fighting Russian vids. You ain't fighting any of us. You're fighting God. That's who you're fighting. So no matter what weapon you put against us, it's not doing nothing to us. It's not. This is God's doing. He's the one who created this place. You're the ones that want to believe you come from monkey, you dumbass. I'm out.